In our first installment, we talked about differences between liberals and conservatives and discussed one major difference, and that is what each of the groups think that the role of government should be with respect to all of the major issues of the day. Today, we'll look a little bit closer at the proper role of government. We'll start with a story that I've adapted from someone else. So let's say that you and I discover some land somewhere, and it's far from any city or state. It exists outside of the boundaries of any country. But there's great opportunities to go there and make a good living. So we decide to move there, and a small group of us move there and start becoming productive and successful. But we have no government. Now we have a right to protect our property, to protect our families and our lives. And so we do that, and we find over time that we're spending a little too much time having to protect our own property and our own lives. So we all get together and we hire a sheriff, and government is created. Now when we hire the sheriff, we can only delegate to him those things that we have a right to do for ourselves anyway. So the sheriff now can take over our right of protecting ourselves and our property, and he performs that for us. So let's say that you have two very nice cars, and I need a car. So I think that you should give me your extra car. Now, I don't really have a right to demand that you give me your extra car. Even if everyone else in our community thinks that you should give me your extra car, we don't have a right to demand it. Nor do we have a right to go to the sheriff and require that he go and confiscate your car and give it to me. Again, we can only rightly delegate to the government those things that we have a right to do ourselves. This short story illustrates the conservative constitutional view of the proper role of government. And that is that government exists to protect our basic rights of our property, our lives, and our own pursuit of happiness. Ezra Taft Benson, a noted patriot, said, quote, "The government itself has no innate power to do anything. Its only source of authority and power is from the people who created it." Well, where do liberals fall in this story? Liberals believe that it is right to have the government take your car and give it to me. They teach that it is good to forcibly take your possessions and distribute them to others. In the view of liberals, they think that government bureaucrats can better determine where the product of your labor should be directed. They tell us that this is how we care for the needy, by forcibly taking from some and giving it to others. Again from Ezra Taft Benson, quote, "Any attempt through governmental intervention to redistribute the material rewards of labor can only result in the eventual destruction of the productive base of society, without which real abundance and security for more than the ruling elite is quite impossible." Close quote. Some may ask, as we have this discussion, where does compassion fit in for those who are in need? Well, yes, conservatives believe that we are all morally obligated to care for those who are truly in need. But that people must be free to choose to help others. Liberals also believe in the obligation to help the people who are in need. But they feel that it is right to use government to forcibly take your possessions and hand them out to others without any say from you at all. Liberals have the desire to do good, but they want to do good with other people's money. So we've discussed here briefly the proper role of government. The conservative view that that we can delegate to government only those things which we can rightly do ourselves, versus the idea that government is unlimited and can do and take whatever it wants. Where do you stand?